We begin with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, where the first mentor of all was Zordon of Eltar. A powerful wizard trapped in a time warp, Zordon guided the Rangers from his time capsule within the command center. With Alpha 5 at his side, he offered wisdom, strategy, and the philosophy that defined the team. Use your powers for good. Never escalate battles unless forced. And above all, protect the innocent. Zordon's presence established the tradition of every Ranger team having a leader to guide them. When the world needed help beyond Earth's limits, we met the alien Rangers of Aquitar. Their master figure was Delphine, the White Aquitian Ranger and their leader. Unlike other teams, their guidance came not from an external mentor, but from within their ranks. The alien Rangers embodied teamwork as self-guided warriors, relying on each other's experience rather than a separate sensei. Still, their wisdom as seasoned fighters served as a guiding force for Earth's young Rangers. In Zeo, the Rangers continued under Zordon's leadership, though his role began to shift. While Zordon still gave advice, the Rangers started growing into more independent warriors, paving the way for future mentors who would play larger, more active roles. By Turbo, Zordon passed the torch. As the Rangers matured, so did their mentorship structure. Demetria of Inquiris stepped in as their new guide. Mysterious and otherworldly, Demetria often spoke in riddles, answering questions with questions, teaching the Rangers to think for themselves rather than rely on straightforward commands. Her approach pushed the team to grow intellectually as well as physically. In Power Rangers in Space, the concept of a mentor changed completely. Instead of an all-knowing guide, the Rangers were led by one of their own, Andros, the Red Ranger. While technically their teammate, Andros also filled the role of sensei, sharing his knowledge of space, the megaship, and the dangers of the galaxy. It was here that the Rangers began learning leadership not only from mystical beings, but from each other. Lost Galaxy introduced perhaps the most unusual mentor of all, Magna Defender. Though not a traditional sensei, his guidance and sacrifice left a lasting impression on the team, teaching them the importance of redemption, honor, and selflessness. Later, Commander Stanton of Terra Venture and Kendricks also stepped into guiding roles, showing that sometimes leadership comes from multiple sources, rather than one central figure. In Lightspeed Rescue, the Rangers had perhaps their most practical mentor yet, Captain William Mitchell. As the commander of Lightspeed, Mitchell brought military precision and tactical knowledge to the team. Unlike Zordon or Demetria, he was entirely human, leading with experience rather than mystical power. His role symbolized the idea that mentorship could be rooted in human ingenuity and courage, not just alien wisdom. When we arrive at Time Force, mentorship evolved once again. Here, Alex, the original Red Time Force Ranger, served as the figure who guided the team from the shadows. But their truest mentor was Captain Logan, offering support from the year 3000. At the same time, Wes's father provided lessons in responsibility and leadership, albeit unintentionally, through his contrast with Wes's values. In Wild Force, mentorship took a spiritual turn, with Princess Shayla, the guardian of the Animarium. She wasn't a warrior herself, but offered wisdom, kindness, and a deep connection to the Wild Zords. Shayla's role reminded the Rangers that compassion and harmony with nature were just as important as combat skills. Ninja Storm fully embraced the sensei tradition. The Rangers trained under Sensei Kanoi Watanabe, a wise ninja master who was transformed into a guinea pig early on by the villain Lothor. Despite his unusual form, Sensei Kanoi guided his students with discipline, humor, and ninja wisdom, embodying the archetype of the martial arts master. His blend of strictness and heart gave the Ninja Storm team both their strength and humility. Dino Thunder returned to one of the franchise's most iconic figures, Dr. Tommy Oliver. Once the Green Ranger, White Ranger, Red Zeo, and Red Turbo Ranger, Tommy now stepped into the role of mentor as Dr. O. He guided a new generation of Rangers with his unmatched experience, teaching them not only how to fight, but also what it means to carry the legacy of a Ranger. His presence connected the old with the new, proving that some Rangers evolve into masters themselves. SPD brought us Commander Anubis, Doggy Kruger, one of the most commanding mentors in Ranger history. As the leader of Space Patrol Delta, Doggy was not only their sensei but also a warrior in his own right, eventually morphing into the Shadow Ranger. His strict, military-style leadership combined with a deep sense of justice taught the Rangers discipline, teamwork, and resilience. In Mystic Force, the role of mentor shifted to the magical realm with Udana, the White Mystic Ranger. She embodied the archetype of a sorceress guide, offering the Rangers magical wisdom and a connection to the Mystic Mother. Her nurturing yet powerful presence made her one of the most motherly mentors in the franchise, a stark contrast to Doggy Kruger's military approach. Jungle Fury, a season that placed mentorship at the very core of its story. Here, the Rangers trained under RJ, the Wolf Master, a laid-back yet incredibly skilled martial arts teacher who owned a pizza parlor. RJ's unorthodox teaching style blended philosophy with combat, making him one of the most beloved mentors. But Jungle Fury went even further. The Rangers also trained under the Pai Jua Masters: Master Mao, Master Swoop, Master Fant, Master Rilla, and Master Gwyn. Each one embodied the spirit of an animal and offered unique lessons in discipline, balance, and strength. In Power Rangers RPM, the world was a wasteland under the threat of the Venjix computer virus. The Rangers' mentor was Dr. K, a child prodigy who had accidentally created Venjix in her attempt to design a perfect defense system. Introduced in the episode Dr. K, episode 11, her backstory revealed guilt and isolation, but also brilliance. From her hidden lab, she guided the Rangers with unfiltered honesty, strict training, and razor-sharp intellect. Unlike past mentors, Dr. K wasn't mystical or fatherly. She was pragmatic, cold at times, but ultimately cared deeply for her team. She embodied the idea that even flawed teachers could create strong heroes. In Samurai, mentorship returned to tradition with Mentor G, the wise advisor to Jaden and the Samurai Rangers. First appearing in the Team Unites, Episode 1, Mentor G trained the Rangers in the way of the Samurai, teaching discipline, patience, and the legacy of their families. He provided the sense of structure and heritage that defined Samurai, reminding the Rangers that they weren't just fighting for today, but upholding centuries of honor. His mentorship style was stern but compassionate, deeply rooted in cultural respect. Megaforce introduced Gosei, a mentor styled after Zordon. First seen in Mega Mission, Episode 1, Gosei was a guardian created by Zordon himself, tasked with watching over Earth. Alongside his robotic assistant Tenso, Gosei embodied the classic archetype of a floating head, but with a modern twist. His guidance wasn't always detailed, leaving the Rangers to rely on their own instincts. In Super Megaforce, he upgraded them to Legendary Rangers in Legendary Battle, Episode 20, serving as a bridge between the Morphin Grid's legacy and the present. Dino Charge gave us a fresh mentor in Keeper, a small alien being who first appeared in Powers from the Past, Episode 1. Keeper had protected the Energems for millions of years, and his wisdom was calm, almost grandfatherly. While he didn't fight directly, his knowledge of the Energem's history and his encouragement gave the Rangers purpose. Keeper's mentorship style leaned heavily on trust. He believed in the Rangers' ability to rise to the occasion, embodying patience and long-term vision. When we entered Ninja Steel, the Rangers' mentor became Mechanic, a shape-shifting alien mechanic. Debuting in Return of the Prism, Episode 1, Mick was both comic relief and wise guide. He taught the Rangers to believe in themselves, often in unconventional ways, and served as the team's heart. Mick's best mentorship moments came when he combined his engineering skills with emotional support, like in Helping Hand, Episode 15, when he reminded Sarah that creativity and teamwork were the key to victory. Beast Morphers shifted gears with Commander Shaw, the no-nonsense leader of Grid Battle Force. From her introduction in Beasts Unleashed, Episode 1, Commander Shaw set the tone. She was tough, disciplined, and fully invested in protecting the Morphing Grid. Her mentorship was parental as well. Her son Devin became the Red Ranger, creating a personal stake in her leadership. In Believe It or Not, Episode 20, we saw her softer side, proving that even strict commanders balance strategy with love. Finally, we reached Dino Fury and Cosmic Fury, where mentorship took on a cosmic dimension. The Rangers were guided by the Morphin Masters, powerful beings who first appeared in Ancient History, Season 1, Episode 14, and returned in key episodes like The Truth, Season 2, Episode 11. The Morphin Masters weren't just guides, they were the architects of Ranger power itself, stepping in to protect the balance of the universe. Their presence gave the Rangers a direct link to the origins of the morphing grid. In Dino Fury, another mentor figure was Solon, the robotic dinosaur who served as caretaker of the Dinohenge base. Seen from Destination Dinohenge Episode 1, Solon was a nurturing, loyal, and practical guide, combining technical expertise with emotional support.